Hi everyone, welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. I was trying to get to the weekend before I harvested these greens, but I don't think I can make it. I'm gonna have to take care of these today. One of the reasons why I need to take care of this today is because it's warming up, and these are mustard greens. I have two different varieties. They're going to seed, and I want to get them picked before they go to seed. So we are going to harvest mustard greens today. Mustard greens is one of my favorite types of greens. And I haven't done a good job of growing mustard greens over the years. Every time I try to grow mustard greens, it gets too hot too fast. They bolt, they go straight to seed, and I never get to harvest. But this year, I have a nice batch of mustard greens. This particular batch of mustard greens, y'all, we are going to process and preserve them for a later date because I'm not ready to eat mustard greens, but I definitely need to pick mustard greens. Some people say mustard greens are a little bit spicy. They don't bother me. I just think they taste really good mixed in with some turnip greens. And that's the other green that we're gonna pick today. This will be my fourth harvest off of the turnip greens, I believe. I think it's the fourth one. They've been mighty tasty. And that's another green I can't seem to get enough of to preserve where I can enjoy it all summer long. Trying to get as many as I can get now and do a better job this fall growing my turnip greens. And the turnips are getting really, really big. And since the turnips are getting big, then I need to go ahead and get those pulled up so I can get those turnips to a friend of the family we lovingly call Grandpa. Mustard greens are a lot like turnip greens. So for those who like turnips, the tops of those turnip greens, the tops of them, they call them the greens. You can whip them down and eat them as a meal. And mustard greens are very similar, a little different taste, but it tastes amazing when you mix them in with some turnip greens. And that's what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to preserve them, just not today. I'm going to get them picked, I'm going to get them washed, and we're going to worry about that this weekend. And this is my only patch of mustard greens. I'm growing two different varieties, and I'll put pictures of the two different varieties that we have up here. The one I've grown and eaten my whole life. It's what I grew up on as a kid. It's what my grandmother cooked when I was growing up. It's what everybody ate where I'm from my neck of the woods, I like to say. And a lot of times we didn't have enough of any one type of green, so my grandmother would mix mustard greens and turnip greens and kale greens. She'll just mix them all together, and we'll just call them mixed greens. And they were quite delicious. This variety of greens down on this end, they're actually doing really well. They don't seem to be bolting on me or going to seed or flowering. They all mean the same thing if anybody wants to know. So I might, if I'm lucky, get one more harvest off of these on this end. But those down there, that's a whole nother story. Y'all, and there's very little bug damage on these, so I'm just great on just how well they are doing. And these up here, y'all, these are I got cabbage over here. What else do I have over here? I have onion, I have cabbage, I have cauliflower, tomatoes in the back, and mustard greens in the middle. And I've never put them in this spot before. I believe this is a good spot for them, and maybe we'll put them back here this fall. So we're gonna move on down to these that are going to seed. So let me bring you in close first so you can see. These are all going to seed, and I'm gonna try to harvest them before that happens. And this particular variety I've never grown before, but it said that the mustard leaves can get up to 3 feet wide or big or long. That's a long way from 3 feet. But if it's a mustard green, it should taste very similar to what we've been eating. So we are going to add them to the bunch, but they are not going to give me more than one harvest. They're already going to seed, like I had said. So anytime your plant comes right up the center with a hard stem, this is going to open up and it's going to flower. And that's where we would collect our seeds if we were trying to save seeds. Once your plants flower or go to seed, usually the taste isn't as good. Sometimes, like your lettuce can get bitter, and it's not supposed to be bitter, but it just depends on the plant. I will try these again this winter, or this fall, I should say, and see if I can get them to grow a little longer before they decide to bolt on me. So I'm not giving up on this one. We will try it again when the temperatures are cooler. So this will probably be one of the first beds that we succession plant in. This one and where the turnip greens are. So we're going to go over there next. Well, I only have a couple of minutes before my battery goes dead, but I wanted you to see something really quick before that battery goes dead, and then I'll bring you back. But these are turnip greens. These right here are purple top white turnip greens. Some people like the turnips, not me. I like the greens. So I'm going to break the greens off and I'm going to put them in my pile, and I'm going to leave the turnip and put it in this bag for Grandpa. And I'm going to follow this process, and I'm going to clean this bed all the way out. I'm going to pull all of these out and I'll bring you back if I can get my camera to charge. Well, my camera died, but my cell phone's still working, so I'm going to keep going. I've made some decisions about these turnip greens, so let me show you. These turnips are really, really small. There's a whole bunch of little baby ones in there. Like this one in my mind is still too small as well. So I'm going to let these turnips go maybe one more week, and then we'll get the turnips out. But I went ahead and picked the tops off of them pretty clean. So when we pull the turnips out, I probably won't be pulling the greens out. But behind me here, this right here, y'all, these are my Korean daikon radish. And look, y'all, it's going to seed. It's flowering, seeds are coming. And it looks like there's about 2 or 3 in here that I'm going to pull out with you right now. This is a Korean radish. It is a Korean daikon radish. So if you've never had daikon radish, I'm telling you, you need to give it a try. So let me pull this one out. Oh my goodness. It's snowing on me from the flowers falling all over the place. But that is a Korean daikon radish. Thought there was another really big one in here. Now last year they never went to seed on me. I don't know why this year they want to go to seed so quickly. See, that's tiny. I'm only going to pull out 2 of these and give these to Grandpa. So let's see if they like these just like they like those turnip greens, which are quite nasty. But anyway, we got 2 daikon radish to go with the turnips. This is one of 2 more spots that I have. And in this spot, in this GreenStalk vertical planter, I have turnip greens and collard greens in here. Supposed to be only collards, but I got both. And so we are going to go ahead and harvest the turnip greens. Like, look, these greens are huge. So turnip greens today. We'll come back and get the collards this weekend. But I'm going to pull this turnip out, and it's going to blow your mind just how big this turnip is. So this turnip was very, very happy in its home. But it shouldn't have been in this home. Nice big turnip green. Very big one. We're going to throw it in his bag right here. And Grandpa can have that. Now I have a pocket here that I can put something else in. But let's work our way on around here, harvesting just the turnips. I don't think I want to mix my collards with my turnips. The leaves are a different texture for one thing. But in this pocket, I got both collards and turnip greens growing in the same pocket. That's absolutely crazy, y'all. Another turnip. And some big collard greens, y'all. These are huge. So we will definitely be harvesting them as well. I just can't get to them today. And this is a turnip. You see the difference? This leaf is a light green and shiny. It's thin. This is a thicker leaf. Growing up, my mom and my grandmother and everybody always said, you got to eat your greens. And I did, y'all. I love my greens. Green beans. Boy, I'm getting dirty. Collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, kale. I ate all of those. But y'all, I never had heard of things, for example, like Brussels sprouts. We never ate Brussels sprouts. We never ate asparagus. We never ate any of those things growing up. So after I became an adult, I tasted it. Oh my goodness, y'all. I thought it was so good. So good. But let me hurry up. The sky is turning dark because, yes, it's late in the day. And guess what? It's getting ready to rain. What's new in Ohio? Oh, man. Is everybody else still experiencing the rain like we are? Now, my garden is loving every minute of the rain. And that's a good thing because I normally don't have a good spring because we jump to summer so quickly. So from a garden standpoint, I'm loving it. And I'm now getting enough breaks to the point where I can spend some time out in the garden. So I'm okay at the moment. Mother Nature and I are getting along very well. And I'm doing all this talking and you might not even be able to hear me because I'm using my camera's speaker versus using the speaker on my little microphone because my microphone speaker is dead. That battery needed to be charged as well. I hope y'all don't mind me talking to you like you're sitting right here with me because that's what I feel like when I'm in the garden and I'm having these little chats. I feel like you're sitting right here with me. So I hope you feel the same way. I think I got those bottom tiers. So we're going to move on up a little higher. Now this is going to be a nice messing. This is going to be nice to put away to have some turnip greens to eat throughout the summer while we wait for the fall to come back around. And it looks like I don't have to pick everything. So maybe I can get one more picking off of these turnips. I don't know. We'll see. Since they wasn't even supposed to be here, I'm going to pick them as clean as I can, though. I'm now over to the last spot with the turnip greens that I'm going to be harvesting today. Again, I'm trying to beat the rain, so I'm going to just pick as quickly as I can, and I will bring you back when I get finished. And now it's thundering. Okay. I believe I have another really good harvest off of these turnip greens here. So we'll be in good shape with these. My spinach is going to seed as well. So that means we're going to get 2 more squares to grow something else. These 2 squares, we will grow something else. Y'all look at this big old basket. This big old tub, I should say, of greens. And let me get the turnips. Y'all, there it is. My big old basket of turnip greens, mustard greens, and turnip roots themselves. I think that's pretty good for a very quick harvest. That's probably about 4 meals that I'm going to be able to put up for us to eat at a later date. And at least 1 good meal for Grandpa with these turnips that I'm not eating. Grandpa should enjoy these turnips. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I just want to bring you along because it's harvest time and I want you to be a part of those harvests. I will be back out here very soon doing more videos just for you. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye.